Welcome back. So in this lesson, we'll learn how to create this navbar using HTML and CSS. If you look at our navigation bar, when user hover on it, you see that the colors change slightly. When user hover on it, there's a change in color. When user hover, look at the colors change. This is what we'll be replicating using HTML and CSS. So these are Figma design and have our color ready. So let's head on to our VS Code and replicate it pixel by pixel. So I'll head on to my VS Code. I'll start with the semantic HTML, which is nav dot and nav bar. I'll give it a class of nav bar. So inside the nav bar, let's check our design again. Look at this design critically. We have three containers here. The first one hold the logo, the second one hold the menu, and the third one hold the button. So let's do that. We'll have the first one with dot logo. Can decide to name it dot nav logo. Inside the nav logo, we set our image. This is the source. This is our image or an icon. I'll give it an alt text of logo dot icon. This is for accessibility. So you can decide to name it anything you want. So the second one, the one that hold the menu link, we have an on order list. Inside the on order list, we have the list tag, which is for menu times 4. Since there are links, we use an anchor tag to link to different pages. So we check what we have. The first one is product. So I'll write product. Then repeat the process. Repeat the process. It's called a solution. Then the third one, I think, is documentation and company. So this is documentation. Company here. As you can see, we have our CSS link already to our HTML. So the last one here will be nav dash dot nav slash button dot container. And we have two buttons. First button is sign in, while the second button is get in touch. Let's check, let's preview and see what we have on our browser. You have our HTML ready. So head on to our CSS and style it. First of all, we'll give this a class. Before I forget, give it a class of sign in slash btn. Then with a class of get dash touch dash btn. You can name it whatever class you feel like. So this is our CSS. When you look at our browser, it have a default margin and padding, which will always reset it. So we use a global selector that will select everything on the web page. Set the margin to 0, then padding 0. Then have the bold sizing to border box. Then go to our Figma again. Everything is set now. When you look at the design, have our color ready. These are our colors we'll be working with. So we'll create a variable for each of the color. But I'm a very big fan of variable. So root. This is our first variable. This is the background color. When you click on it, look at the color here. You copy it. First will be bg dash color. Paste the color code. Check again. This one is text color. Copy the code. Dash dash text dash color. Paste the color code again. Always have to put hash at the front of it. Paste the color code again. Because you gotta copy the third color. Repeat the process. Copy this button free color. btn dash color. Paste. Then this is the hover color. btn dash hover dash color. Paste this color. Then hash at the front. Thing our copilot is suggesting for us. Let's check. What we have here is popping. So we want our main font to be popping, and there's no popping. Browser should load the sans serif for our colors ready to start with our body, because I want the navigation bar to be at the middle of the browser. I want the navigation bar to be at the middle of the browser. So we center the body. So the body display flex. Then we justify content to center. Justify content to center. We align our item to center. Then we'll give it a background color. Give it a background color. Use our variable, which is our bg color. Then let's check and see. You see that our body is already at the center of the web page. So now we start styling the navbar. Go to navbar. This is the navbar. So select the navbar, the class. Display flex. Then justify contents to space between. Then give it the margin of 16 pixels. 12 and button make left and right auto. Let's check and see what we have. It's already a flex container. This our image looks big. So let's style the image. Let's check. So this is a container that holds the logo. We'll now copy it so that we don't make a typing error or a typographical error. Nav, then the image inside the nav. So make the width. Let me do 40 ps and see. That will give us our desired result. This one looks better. Make this menu link also a flex container. So here is meant to be a container. I think there is a mistake here. So I'll put a div here, which I'll give it a class of menu link. Cut here. Now paste. It's meant to be another container. I think there was a mistake there. So I'll copy this. Always sure you copy so that I don't have a typing error, a typographical error. Paste. Then the other list inside the container, display flex. So let's check. It should be a flex container now. There is a flex container now. Then I'll give it a gap. Give it a gap of, let me do 20 px and see. Gap of 20 px. Then there is a gap now. Let's check our nav. If you look at this image, the image has a space. When you click on the image, there's a space here, which is 76%. So give the logo, the image, a margin right. Let's try 60 and see. Margin right. There's an error there. margin right. I think there is a space here now. If you look at our browser again, this menu list has a dot. So let me get rid of it. So the dot is inside this li, this list item. So select the menu again, select with the class, then the li inside the container. Remove the list style, which is list style to none. I think that should be gone now. The list style is gone. You see that this menu link, this show that it's a link item or an anchor tag. That is why you see that there is an underline on it. So remove that. This is the anchor tag. That's the link tag that has the underline and the color blue. So copy this again, select with the class. That's the anchor tag inside of it. Remove the text decoration. Text decoration to none. Then our color. Use our variable, which is the text color. Then our font family will still be our variable. Is our variable. Then let's check, see that our font has changed. Then make it a bit bolder. Let's first of all increase the font size and see font the size to 1 rem, which is equivalent to 16 px. Here then we increase the font weight. Font dash weight, let's use 500. Then it's better. No, if you look at our, let me zoom, you see when you hover on it, see that the color changes. So create the hover effect. So I'll next the code here. First I'll change the and dash hover. I want the color, use our variable. This is the color. So let's check that and see if it works. So you hover and see that the color changes. Let's change the color changes, color change. They'll now go down to our button. Something I didn't do here. In this nav item, this navigation has the background color of white, which I did not create a variable for that. So I'll head on to my VS Code, go to our variable dash dash neutral dash color, make it white, which is 1 2 3, which is FF in 6 places. This is our color. So we'll head on to the nav. This is the nav bar. Give it a background color using our variable is var. These are neutral color. Preview and navigation bar have our background color and give it a margin. Let's check our Figma and see there's a margin here. I think about 25 and 80. So let's do that and see. So it's padding because of the size of the image. It extends the margin bar downward. So we'll reduce the image a bit. There's our image. Do 30 and see then is better. Let me check the design and see this design exact size of image 40. The 40 looks big on our own browser. Then head on to style our button. First of all, make this container a flex container. Stack the item together, select with the class, then display flex, save, check our browser so that our button is now a flex container. So now style the button one after the other. Look at our button, press the sign in button, copy the class. I love copying the class to avoid typing error. Give it a border. Border should be, let's do 2 ps. Do solid border. Then once I use our variable, so we check that there's error, can correct. Okay, the border is fine. So give it the background color be transparent. Don't want the background color on it. Background is transparent. Then our font family, font dash family, you use our variable, use our main font, give the color. Let's check our Figma and see the color we have. Okay, give it the color, give the color we have, give it a color using our variable. This is the color. Save and preview. Okay, nice. Then there's a padding. Let's click on the button and see the padding we have. Put your Alt key down at 15 up and the top and bottom and 24 ps left and right. So padding, let me do 12 ps, 24 ps and see. Let's check. I think this looks better. Give the font size to 1 rem. Font size to 1 rem. Then font, give it the border radius. Let's check our design. Click. Border radius is 8 px. So give it 8 px border radius. Save. Check again. Our border radius is fine. Then you look. Let's check our design. When the user hover on the button, let's increase it so that the color changes and the text white. So we'll do that. To hover button on hover. Want the background color using our variable and the text color using our variable. So preview is working, but to make the transition, because it's just too sharp, make the transition will be all 0.4 millisecond. Then ease have a smooth transition. So we'll change our cursor to pointer on our button, right? This is cursor to pointer. Let's check. Yeah, sorry, from btn, our button, sign in btn. Our cursor now be pointer. Look at it. Have this hand icon when you hover on the button. Now style the second button. Copy the class, select, change the background color using our variable. Let's check if there's error, can correct it. Then the color to white. This is what we have. Color is white. Change the color, our color with our variable to our neutral color. Just copy the padding, size and the border radius. Copy, see that same button. Format the code. Let's check again. It works. Then when we use the border, see that there's a border on it. I don't want the border there. Border, none. Border should be gone. Border is gone. Look at this button. This button look taller than this because of the border on this. And the border is 2 px. So what we'll do, reduce this the top and bottom by 10 px that have equal height. Button looks equal now. Then cursor to pointer, preview. Then when you hover on it, color change, it slightly change. So implement that and hover the background color using our variable. So this is the color. Then transition or 0.4 millisecond is changes. Check again, it changes. So look at our Figma design. See the margin. You click. When you hover, there's almost like 300 and something gap between buttons. So do that. This is the container. Give it a margin. Margin left. Let's try 200 and see. Look at our text here. It's not aligned to center. So go to our navbar. So our navbar, align item to center. To center. Should be at the center. Everything is at the center now. Check our Figma again. When you click here, put your Alt key is 32 px. will give it a gap of 32 px and see there's a 32 px gap here. See that we have a very simple, this is a simple navigation bar. So thanks for watching. If you find this tutorial interesting, don't forget to support the channel by like and subscribe the channel for more tutorials.